All right, welcome to my channel. I wanted to jump directly into my Graves' disease and beating it naturally. So, 2025, August, I was diagnosed with Graves or hyperthyroid, ended up in the emergency room with AFib, rapid heart rate, all of that stuff. A few weeks before I went to the VA, let them know I pretty much had hyperthyroidism. The symptoms I was having, insomnia like crazy. I was hot, lost a bunch of weight randomly, just thought it was because it got warm. So I had all the symptoms, and heart rate issues as far as going fast, going slow, resting heart rate higher than it's ever been. So I had all the symptoms. Let him know. My Apple Watch said I had AFib. He was like, "No, those aren't accurate. You're good." But end up he was wrong. So anyway, end up in the emergency room for a day and a half. Got out, finally went to see my endocrinologist, and a couple weeks after that, and he essentially put me on methimazole. Now I was on 5 milligrams of methimazole, so he kept me on that five for my first visit. But at that first visit, he let me know kind of the treatment plan, how it's going to go. You pretty much stay on this about a year and a half max. And then they want to take out the thyroid. They either want to do the radiation, iodine, radioactive iodine, or they want to do surgery. Essentially, is the cure. Just taking it out, which I thought was crazy from the minute he told me. I'm like, we're not going to find the actual root cause of the problem. We're just going to take it all out, and then I have to take hormones for the rest of my life. So I knew right then that wasn't going to be an option for me. Not something I'm going to do unless it's just totally out of control and there's no way I can control it. I mean, I do believe I can beat it naturally, and I will beat it naturally. So he, so my next appointment, that I think it was a few months later, my levels were coming down, but they weren't right where they needed to be. So they put me on 10 milligrams of methimazole. Now, during this, I was on propranolol as well because I had a prior heart condition, SVT, which is supraventricular tachycardia. I had that since I was a kid. Basically, I would get a super fast heart rate, and the hyperthyroidism or the Graves' disease kind of increased the incidence of this happening. I would get it very rarely every now and again, but I noticed since 2023, I was getting it way more often. And I realized that's really when the Graves' disease probably took place, was back in 2023, and I didn't get diagnosed till 2025. It just got worse and worse and worse and worse. So I was on the propranolol because of the heart rate, the variability, the AFib, and aspirin because they were worried about blood clots. Um, so I was on aspirin, propranolol, and methimazole, and I'm still on methimazole now. I'm not taking propranolol because my levels are back down. But anyway, on that second visit, he bumped me up to 10 to get my levels right. And I went back a few months later after that, and they were good. So I've been on 10 since then until last month. I actually went and checked my own levels and found out I was had subclinical hypothyroidism. So my TSH was like 7.85 and T4 was 1, T3 was within range. So basically I was taking too much. So he told me to go down to 5 milligrams, which I actually had started like a week before because I knew it was too much medication. And he was going to have me on the higher medication for like another 2 months before they even check my levels, which was crazy to go. I think it was 6 months without checking the levels and just being on 10. I don't think was a good plan, which is part of the reason why I took it upon myself and got my own levels checked at LabQuest and Quest Diagnostics. So anyway, where we sit as of today is I'm on 5 milligrams per day, but I'm taking like half a tablet a day now. Sometimes I miss a day just because I don't think I need it as much. and I'm still not losing any weight. So 40, let's see. So 40, I apologize. This story is going to be kind of all over the place. So about 43 days ago, I started on the AIP protocol. And that's when I decided, it's time to start because I'm supposed to go back in August to see like where my levels are, to have them probably recommend, hey, we just go ahead and take the thyroid out because they just want to do that so bad. So I've been doing that for 40, how many days did I just say? 43 days. AIP. So no dairy, no soy, no grains, no nightshades. It's a very limiting diet, but I've been able to do it. It takes a lot of work, especially since I travel and I do overnights in hotels. So I have to pack meals ahead of time and have all my meals with me. So part of what I'm going to do to beat this naturally is I believe it's something in my diet. I believe it's a combination of diet, lifestyle, stressors, all that kind of plays into it, as well as genetics, because everybody in my family has some sort of autoimmune disease, RA, hypothyroidism. It just runs in my family as well. So I think all that plays into it, but I do believe there is some control that I can play on it. So anyway, I've been doing the AIP for the last 40 plus days, and a couple things, easy meals I've been eating, a lot of Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, sardines, bacon, meats, fruits, vegetables. I'm not low carb, but I am eating lower carbs, I would say. I can't really do low carb because the low carb sends you into similar symptoms as hypothyroidism. It can mess with your heart rate as you adjust, and I can't afford to do that. I'm too traumatized from dealing with the emergency room and the weeks and weeks of crazy heart rates to have to get through that with keto. So I am still lower carb, but I still eat, some fruits, a good amount of fruit, berries, strawberries. Today I had salmon and Brussels sprouts. So usually on a normal day, I'll do salmon, Brussels sprouts. I'll do ground beef, ground turkey, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, salad with cucumber. We have a little garden where we grow cucumbers and different things like that. So I'll eat that. Strawberries, berries, immunity smoothie from Costco is what I'm eating as well with coconut milk. And it's a specific coconut milk by Khalifa. It's by Khalifa. And it only has 4 ingredients: coconut water, coconut milk, and baking soda. Coconut water, coconut milk. There's a fourth one, but it's good. A lot of the other ones have gar gum in them, so you can't do those. So I drink that with my smoothie. Amazing. It tastes great. It's really, it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie, to not eat any bread. I love pizza. It's my favorite food, so now I can't eat it. But you know, I can't sit up here and have my thyroid taken out. I think that's just absolutely crazy. So, but right now I feel good. I'm sleeping about 7 hours a day. I just started 6 days ago doing the minimum 10,000 steps because I believe this is a holistic approach. You have to approach it from every asset. I need to be running like a well-oiled machine. So that means I need to be exercising. I've been lifting since the beginning of the year, at least 3 times a week, as far as resistance training. But now I'm adding the 10,000 steps every day. And really, I want to do 12,000 and eventually move to 15. Because if you ever walked in the morning or done walking regularly, it mentally helps you clear your mind, be more relaxed. And that feeds into less stress, right? Because a lot of this, I think, is more stress. I've been more stressed the last few years having young kids and life and all that than I have, the first 30 years of my life, right? So I believe you must take a holistic approach: exercise, diet, lifestyle, stress management. So that's how we're going to beat it. And so I've been on the AIP, like I said, 40 plus days, and I haven't lost any weight. And that's a good thing because that lets me know that when I'm taking the methimazole, it's not needed as much. So it's making me more and more hypothyroidic, if you will. So hopefully that's a good sign. I'll be doing some more blood work in about a week or so. I signed up for, what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's one of those ones where I'm sure they sell your information, but I get a bunch of biomarkers. So I'm gonna post my results for that. This is just an introductory story about what I am, what I'm doing, how I'm going to beat the Graves' disease, and showing you all that it's possible. Because I've seen stories, I know it's possible going to remission naturally. And once I get off the medication, I also have something called thyroid soothe. It's basically a natural thing to help calm your thyroid. So I'm gonna take that if I need to, because taking the thyroid out is not an option. We're gonna do everything. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get to the root cause of this and figure it out. I truly believe I will be successful. Like I have very little doubt, like 0.01%. 99.9% sure I'll be successful. I really believe that. And I hope this serves as an inspiration. I'm gonna have better videos in the future, a little bit more organized in thought. I'm just kind of running off at the mouth, just want to let people know that I believe there's a natural way to do this. And there's a lot of resources online where people are doing it naturally, managing symptoms. But I'm going to beat it. Not going to be on this medicine much longer. And it's going to be a win. Future videos, I get to some more details. Let me know if you want me to share the things I use to heat my food up. More into the foods I'm eating and things of that nature. Thanks for watching, and don't give up.